jerking there. Show me true Jeff.
The story begins in the middle 1960s. Father Roland, was a lifelong resident of the city of Horicon and was always a lover of the Horicon Marsh and enjoyed his duck hunting, fishing. He and his brother spent a lot of hours out here on the Horicon Marsh. The Fry boat livery was in this location just behind me. In the mid-60s, there was enough interest with tourists in the area that wanted to get up the marsh. Father would take people in a rowboat and give them tours by rowboat from this very location. There was a small park here at the time. This was a gravel parking lot, and he would launch right next to the Fry boat livery, and off he would go. As interest grew and as he got more involved in tourism in the state of Wisconsin, he bought a small pontoon boat with steel pontoons called the Mud Turtle. Held about 6 people. Should have really only held 3 or 4, but he'd get 6 on there, and started charging a couple of bucks to do tours of the Horicon Marsh. And he parked the boat right at this location. It was public parking. This was a small park at the time, and he started giving tours right from this location. We did a lot from here over the years. I mean, we ate here, slept here, did everything here because the tours was his life.
So I'm assuming the guy with the waders goes under.
The guy with the waders will be doing any deep work in the water.
He goes deep.
Now, part of the operation every spring is to replace the extra lift pontoon cans under each boat.
Anything to worry about under there?
No.
Spiders?
Not yet. It's too cold. Gotta catch me first.
I've seen you run.
Last year we were putting it in, he backed up and he tripped on a rock. Whoosh! Yep, and he went.
Whose fault was that?
His own.
Yeah, but who was he trying to blame it on?
Nobody, it was funny though.
Action.
Well, it should be going back because we ain't hitting nothing here. It's clear. You might have hit right here when that went past us.
And that reminds me of the 1970 river rat incident. That they always put me in charge of putting those blue pontoons underneath the boats every year. So I'm perched underneath, water up to my chest, my knees sticking out of the water. A small muskrat comes downstream, wraps around my leg, pops up, sits right on my knee, and scared the crap out of me. Practically pushed the boat out of the water, swam out from underneath. That was the end of my spare pontoon career. I have never been back under there since, so I do not miss those times in the early 70s. That's Kyle giving expert direction.
It's carpentry,
Don't hit your head. That's right. All those years of roofing.
we have to create a way.
All those years. The building is sitting on top of the old City of Horicon sewage plant. This was the first this was the sewer plant. The big exit hole for where the treated sewage ran out of the pipe and into the river is still exits the side of the building. So that was the foundation of the original City of Horicon sewage plant. So it sat vacant next to the boat livery. And when the building was condemned and the property became available, Blue Heron Tours bought it, and Brother Mark built the building and put the deck on and has been operating at this location ever since. One of my fondest memories of when they were excavating this and digging out this hillside were all of the Indian artifacts that we found. We had 2 picnic tables that were just covered with all kinds of Indian artifacts. We had bones, we had pipe pieces, we had clay pottery, we had everything that would have been part of an Indian encampment at this point. And for 2 years entertained people as they came in. The tour began with the story of the Indians the Winnebago and Potawatomi Indians, and the story began on the picnic table right here on the parking lot, as before he would begin giving the boat tours.
This morning we're taking a ride up here into the Horicon Marsh. Given tours for more than 50 years here, and every spring after we get the boats in the water, we take our first trip of the season and go up and see what's going on. This is a big place. There's 33,000 acres of marsh here. We call it our home. We have a great time here. We hunt, we fish, we have good times, and so it's good to get the season started here. And we're going to go out and see what's going on here this morning. You know, today the Horicon Marsh is a wetland of international importance, dedicated to provide a place for primarily waterfowl, but it provides a great homes for a wide variety of birds. More than 300 species have been documented here in the Horicon Marsh. Probably only one or two other places in Wisconsin we can go where you could see more than that. So it's a great place for birding, a great place for seeing wildlife, for hiking, getting out, enjoying nature. Great place to come and visit.